Welcome back to Total Spotfest. JJ Brownlee, Jamie Faulkner, here with you again. We got not a ton of wrestling to talk about this week, oddly enough. But
I'm okay with that too.
It's cool. It's weird. It's peaks and valleys because we got a lot of stuff coming up soon. I know there's an opportunity for a belt to be won. Impact Wrestling has a pay-per-view coming up in a couple weeks.
Yes, and see if we can stay in the House of Faulkner.
Oh, you're going Game of Thrones now on me?
Well, I mean, our House of Black that's not leaving, and all the fake news that's going around.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, so much stuff. Well, we know it belongs in the J Money Club, so it's going to come back here. I'm determined for this.
It's been there, a total of 6 days?
Shut up. It's been there more than 6 days, okay? It was there at least 2 weeks, okay? At least 2 weeks. May have been more. I got to check the tape. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We do appreciate you. Welcome in as Jamie berates me for my terrible, I am so glad that Missouri doesn't have legal gambling because I am not the type of person who should be in a sports book, okay? I just don't have it. Although I won the first ever fantasy football I was in, I won, if that's any.
Yeah. I'm 1-2 in both my leagues right now. It's painful.
Ooh, one league you have gangbusters.
Yeah, and they decided to underperform 2 out of 3 weeks. It's like, what is going on? So we'll see.
That sounds like the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Okay, anyway, we're not getting into that, but
ding.
Well, we'll see about that. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining. Drop a comment down below if you're watching us on YouTube. Hit us up on Twitter at Total Spotfest. Like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends. All the same things like we always say. Jamie, how have you been otherwise, man?
Busy. I've started coaching Jessica's softball team.
Oh, that's right. How's that going?
Yeah. We are 3-0 with me as a coach. Not saying I have anything to do with it, but I totally freaking do. No, the girls have been playing phenomenal. No, I've just been helping them learn some fundamentals and like how to move and things like that. And it's really awesome seeing them adjust and develop and learn what I've taught them, and they're applying it. It's just been a lot of fun. Like it's you take things for granted when you're at a certain level with Megan, who by the way is hitting over 600 for the month of September, 638 to be exact.
That scholarship, girl, come on.
But anyway, I digress. No, but it's just like you take things for granted, and I'm gonna put a pin in that.
Back in the fun part of softball. I mean,
it is.
That's good. I've been enjoying baseball a lot lately. I know that, you're a diehard Royals fan, whatever, but myself, I have two loves. I do have a Royals tattoo. I am a Royals fan. Don't get me wrong. Okay. All right. But I'm also a Cardinal fan. They were my first love. And I actually got the joy of watching Albert hit 700 live on Friday. A lot of people did it. A lot of people in St. Louis definitely did it because it was blacked out, which is bullshit. Fuck you, Apple.
Why was it blacked out? Oh, Bally's.
It wasn't on Bally's. It was on Apple Plus. And for whatever reason, they blacked out the St. Louis metro area.
That is the most asinine thing.
Or at least people couldn't find it one way or another. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I don't live in St. Louis. We live in Kansas City. But I remember I was sitting there, I was watching a Twitch and, having a beverage, and I had like the game pulled up beside me and like the game cast, and he hit, $6.99. And I was like, you know what? I bet you I have an Apple ID somewhere. I think I do. I'm gonna log in, I'm gonna try. I want to see him hit 700. I got logged in right as he was coming to bat in the 4th inning. Got to see it
perfect.
Live. It was fantastic. It's one of those things, it's, and people make a lot of jokes about LA fandom, right? Because everybody in LA is a transplant. Nobody loves all this stuff. They were like, it's so weird if you think about it for a visiting team to cheer their asses off when they're getting their ass handed to them because the Cardinals won 11-0 for a home run for the other team. But it just, it's one of those things. Baseball can be magical sometimes. Softball, it can be magical. Absolutely. It can be a storybook sometimes. So it was very heartwarming. It made me feel it made me think about my grandpa a little bit too. So it was just he diehard Cubs fan. He wouldn't love this, but
he would have hated that.
My grandmother was the worst. Like when we moved to Missouri, and I became a Cardinal fan, and after years of not following baseball for shit, she didn't talk to me for 2 days, and they were visiting for 3. So,
oh wow!
But we digress. Sports aside here, there is some wrestling we do want to get to. So, of course, AEW had a somewhat abridged show last night. First of all, hearts and prayers out to everybody, either in Florida, from Florida, family in Florida, whatsoever. It's hammering people hard, and I know that it definitely took a travel toll. And Tony Khan gave absolution for anybody. He's like, you can't make it, don't make it. It's like, be safe, right? So, but we definitely want to send our love out to everybody down there. So 100%. And I'm thinking I got a buddy that lives over in Daytona, and like the East Side's not going to be safe either. This thing is a beast.
It's already started to hit, right?
It started to hit like this morning, and it's made landfall. It's going to hit Orlando as a Category 1 hurricane. Just to give you, it's still going to be a hurricane when it hits Orlando,
which is impressive because it was like 3 miles under a Category 5 when it hit Tampa, I believe. Yeah, right.
Well, it hit Fort Myers actually.
Fort Myers,
a little further south. Fort Myers got fucked. And, but it's like overland and they die down. This one's did it a little bit. It's still a hurricane. It's massive. So hearts and prayers out to everybody down there for sure. But the good news is weather here in Kansas City has been nice. And if you're looking for some beautiful weather wrestling, boy, does Journey Pro have your card this Friday. It's going to be like 69 degrees, nice. Beautiful. Not a cloud in the sky. Edwardsville, Kansas, Edwardsville City Park. The softball diamonds. We have wild thing going on this weekend. So it's going to be a great show. We talked a lot about it. We'll just talk about the card a little bit here. But you got the Reckoning taking on the Howlets with Micah. Howlet number 3. Maybe. We don't know.
Howlet by proxy.
Baby Howlet. It's a little baby Howlet. Look at that.
He's just a little guy. He's too afraid to get out of the car. That's it. I'm going to wail on you. Sorry. If anybody can name that movie, put that in the comments.
Let's hear this. And for those of you, first time checking this out here, this is a common occurrence. Jamie makes at least 3, if not many, many more, usually more, references every single episode. You don't believe me? Go back and watch some. I guarantee you he's made at least 3 movie references in Slight.
Record is 20.
If you name them down below. You name them, if you name them right, you get shout out for sure. So, yes.
Mm-hmm. Or you might get a discount on our merch. It's at totalspotfest.com.
I mean, there's some beautiful J Money Club merch over there for sure. So,
or just a regular Turtle Spotfest shirt.
Or get yourself a logo. Get yourself a little skull mic. Moving on, wild thing. We also got Sam Beal versus Gary J. Ooh, this is look out here, man. Oh, that's gonna be good.
I'm gonna enjoy that one.
The commission. Okay, so. Commission got another hired gun to go after Kenny Alfonso. It's going to be Jake something versus Kenny Alfonso. And then they release a video. And you and I talked about this previously. I am still trying to make sense of this. Matt Jackson's bringing, or Pierre Abernathy, excuse me, is bringing Chili, or they're not going to be there. Baby Jesus is involved. I don't know what's going on in this video.
I think they're afraid to step in the great state of Kansas, the home of the should-be-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. And they're just afraid because they won't make any money. So they're going to send Chili instead.
They said they had reciprocity, so... Who knows? Jake something versus Kenny Alfonso, though. Give me some of that. That's gonna be a banger. You've got Heidi Howitzer going up against finally debuting in Journey Pro because they're not in Missouri, and Missouri Athletic Commission sucks. But making her Journey Pro debut, Miss Billy Starks.
Really excited for that. The girls are really excited. I told them about her, show them a couple videos of her. They're dying to meet her. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Audrey's gonna lose her shit. That's
oh yeah. Oh, most definitely, and that's good because she's gonna lose her shit during the Howlets too. So she's gonna be completely worn out by the time we drive home. So
and Jen, the Faulkner wife, my wife is gonna be so at the show. So
so good,
Chris. If you're watching, buddy, make sure somebody gives her some shit, please. Just for me.
I'm gonna put a few feelers out there. I got some ideas. Also, we have what I am really looking forward to is also making this Journey Pro debut. The Ultimate Finesser, Chris Bay, going up against friend of the show, one of the most up and coming guys in independent wrestling. And great interview that we did a little bit ago, Mr. Darian Bankston.
Darian and Bay, let's go.
I
almost want to wear a Bullet Club shirt. I might wear my Bullet Club shirt. Might change it up.
Sure, mix it up. Go for it. I mean, if he has his finesse club, I might buy one while I'm there because
it's a black shirt though.
It is, but it's kind of hard to get a Bullet Club shirt that's not. I mean, I
have a white one.
I have a pink one. I have the pink because it's like the Japanese one. Anyway, that match is gonna tear. If there was a roof, it would be torn off. We do have a title match. Matt Nix is the one challenging Mr. Christian Rose. And most recently announced was the participants for the Tasty Mix Scramble. And here we've got some familiar faces. We've got Sage Phillips, Connor Hopkins, Trip Jordy, and last show's winner, Mr. Anakin Murphy, the chosen one, along with the Huntsman, who I don't remember if we've seen or not.
Oh, we've seen him twice.
We have seen him twice. Okay, all right.
And scrambles. Luckily for you, I have a pornographic memory.
Hey, yeah, there you go. Well, I look at the graphic here, and I look at that card, and I go, I don't remember that guy. Anyway, it's just the way the card is. But Journey Pro staple. And there'll be some surprises. There'll be some other stuff. It's going to be a fantastic evening. 7 o'clock this Friday, Edwardsville City Park. That's baseball field at their city park. It's 1200 Blake Street, Edwardsville, Kansas, for those of you who want to Google it. It is going to be a great time. Bring your chairs. Come on out. I really, really enjoyed. I love the Lemonade Park shows. Don't get me wrong. I think that's probably the best atmosphere. But I really enjoyed the Baseball Diamond last year. I mean, it was just such a loungy, chill atmosphere to see really good wrestling. And we saw some bangers last year.
Yeah, hell, we saw Gary J jump off of a U-Haul. Like, come on now. Hopefully we get another big spot like that. That's what I want. I want another big old spot.
It's going to be a thing. And the Howlets match is probably going to be similar this year. House and Reckoning, that they might go all over that ball field. I have a strange feeling that probably is going to happen. Just saying.
It's going to be great. I can't freaking wait.
Come join us there, most definitely. 7 o'clock this Friday. Tickets are still available. They got kids' tickets, too, so bring the whole family. Jamie is. Almost the whole family. One of his
almost
daughters.
all of them.
His oldest daughter's too cool for school. She's like, nah.
Yeah, she's like, I'd rather stay home and watch Teen Nick or whatever she wants.
Well, that's what you get for having, she's graduated from high school. That's that age, So, okay. Before we get into anything else, every week we do like to highlight somebody who maybe you heard of, maybe you haven't. And I assume, Jamie, you have somebody ready for this week's Independent Wrestler Spotlight. Wow, almost checked that up.
I do. I really do. And this person is a former Journey Pro alum. He's been on there multiple times, but he is also arguably one of the hottest up and comers that's out there right now. He is a regular for GCW. So if you've ever watched a GCW pay-per-view, you have definitely seen this man. He is the ratty daddy himself, the locker room menace, the small town legend, the king of Wreck Shit Mountain, and the cat dad of the year, Mr. Cole Radrick.
Good old ratty daddy. Oh my God.
Dude, he's so good. Like, if you've not had a chance to see some of his matches, he is just phenomenal. Like, that's all there is to it. He's had some great banger matches against some quality opponents. We've seen him in town a few times. Him and Jordan Oliver have had some great matches. He's just all around a great dude and a great wrestler.
Yeah, I've never heard a bad word about Cole Radrick. He's also done Wrestling Revolver, for those of you who frequent them. You know, he's been to them quite a bit. Death matches, he's been getting hard in the death matches lately, especially too, and with just like bloody abandon. And, you know, I think that's because he's not the most physically intimidating, right? You know, he's not like a tiny guy, but he's not like built like, you know, like Jake something, you know, he's got muscles on muscles on muscles on muscles. Yeah. And Ray just kind of looks like a normal dude, right? You know,
TJP.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the allure, because then you see him go. And we saw, I think the first time we saw him was 58 weeks later.
Yeah.
When he was in the scramble in the middle of the sauna. Because I think he was supposed to be in like another match, but they ended up his card subject to change, and he was in the scramble. But oh my God, you know, see him go from that to where he is now. He's in Japan right now as we speak with Effie and the rest of GCW, just tearing shit up. Like, I've been following along a little bit with their Japan tour, and but that's a fantastic choice there. Definitely give Radrick a follow. He is well worth it. And of course, I'll have everything. We'll have everything down below. So definitely go.
Yes, but you can follow him on the Instagrams and on the Twitters at Cole Radrick. It's simple. COLE. Cole. Like Cole Trickle. Anybody know who Cole Trickle is? Put that in the comments.
You're even giving them you're even letting them know when that's happening. I like it when you sneak them in there, you know? All right,
you know,
so
I just hope these people get it, because, you know, I live my life a quarter mile at a time. 2 car movies
in a matter of 60 seconds.
Ooh, they're gone. See.
Oh, all right. that was a bit of a softball for you there. Yes. Okay. All right. So, well, we were going to get into AEW, but Jamie, you said you wanted to kind of get to something.
Yes, I do.
So,
I want to change it up, because
let's mix it. Let's go.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the time that I am most happy. We are in the season of the witch, if you will. We are in Halloween time.
Spooky season.
Spooky season, scare season. Like, I go through from the beginning of September till the end of October. I scare my daughters at any time. I try to get on camera, and then I post it. But so I thought it would be a lot of fun for us to talk about some of our favorite scary movies every week leading up to Halloween. I thought that would be something fun. Like, we give out a different one every week.
Okay.
What do you think?
You know that I am not the biggest horror movie fan.
I know. That's why it's fun.
But I do. There's a technically a horror sub-genre that JJ is a big fan of. So yes. I can do this. I can play this game for sure. So.
Okay. Do you want to start, or shall I?
I think you need to start, because I need to think for a second.
Okay. I figured you might say that.
You've got a fully loaded arsenal. I'm sitting there like behind a fucking foxhole trying to like pack this stuff up real fast with a musket. So give me a minute here. Let me get there.
Okay. So I'm going to start off with a foreign film. not South Korean and not Japanese.
I was like, just because, like, please don't.
Because both of them are absolutely amazing. No, I'm actually going with a French film.
Oh,
made in 2004-ish called Frontiers. It is gory. It is brutal. It is visceral. And it is little known. So take the time. Go Google it, Prime Video it, whatever you're. I believe it's available on Prime Video. I mean, you can rent it on Prime Video, but I think it's actually available for free at this point, or it might be on Tubi. It's in my 31 movies of Halloween that I watch.
Okay.
But it is absolutely amazing. Very, very, very dark, and is not a happy ending. There's a few movies like that, and this one definitely has it. And this movie arguably has the best death scene I have ever seen in any movie whatsoever.
Wow.
The bandsaw. Yes.
That's a broad statement from Mr. Horror Movie over here to go to the best. That's okay.
It's amazing.
You're sticking with it. Okay, hey, I appreciate that. Okay. I'm gonna throw you for a curveball, I think, Jamie. I don't think you're gonna be expecting this.
Okay.
But and I've long said I am not the biggest horror movie fan. I didn't like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street growing up and all that stuff. Just couldn't get it. Just wasn't my jam, right? So I never really got into all that. Saw and all those, gore porn. It was like whatever, couldn't get into it. But there occasionally were ones that got to me, that I spoke of. I liked more of the suspense aspect of some of them. And one of my favorites, a movie that I will always take time to watch, believe it or not, is from 2005. A little movie. I believe it was set in North Carolina in the movie. It's a movie with a mostly female cast entitled The Descent.
Oh, that movie bangs so hard. That's from 2006, right?
According to Google here, it's 2005.
Okay.
I had to double check that because I was like, that's early 2000s.
Okay.
I didn't know when. I didn't want to sound schmuck on air. So, no, 2005, The Descent. A group of girls. It's like the lead character had like a bunch of shit going on in her life. So they go hiking and spelunking, right? And boy, do they spelunk hard because they run into like just weird. And like I said, I like the suspense aspect of it because for the first half of the movie, you don't see the enemy, the villain, the big bad. It's like some sort of like vampire demon bat thing, whatever. I don't remember what it was specifically, but it's just that things are happening all around them. The girls are getting picked off and things and this and weird and bones and blood and but not in a gore manner. It is such a smartly done film. Like I said, I don't even know if I could really call it like horror, right? Because it's more of a suspense. Horror. It definitely is a horror film. It falls in that genre, though.
It is spectacularly done. The monsters, if you will, were very, very well comprehended. Mm-hmm. The ending, there's two different endings. I don't know because they have a director's cut. I don't know if you're aware of this. I like the second ending better, other than the one that was out there for mass approval, because there's a European cut and then there's an American cut.
So there's three endings.
Well, no, there's just two. So the American cut is the cut that you're used to, that she's able to escape and TV, everything.
Right, yeah.
And it sets up the second one, right? Well, the European cut, she escapes, but she really didn't escape, and she looks over and her dead friend's right by her. She freaks out and she crashes the car, wakes up, she's still in the cave.
She's still in the cave.
Yeah. So I really like that ending better because it gives you that bleakness. Like I've always been a big fan of there doesn't always have to be a happy ending in a horror movie.
Like you don't need to have a final girls. I feel like a lot of that.
I like it to be bleak a little bit.
I feel like a lot of them do that where they have like the Texas Chainsaw thing where the one girl that gets away at the end, right? Mm-hmm. You have it in Halloween. You have it in all these movies where it's like the one girl that gets away, which is fine. for the story, depending on how well the story is told, right? It doesn't necessarily matter for the whole thing, but I'm with you there. I kind of like switching it up. I have not seen that. I've only seen the mass marketed one.
So much better, because that was like a very logical. She's trapped in there, and it's like, oh, you felt like she got away, and she didn't. Kind of like Eden Lake. Have you ever seen Eden Lake?
I have not seen Eden Lake. No.
With Michael Fassbender in there. That movie. Oh my god! Like, oh my god! The ending is just brutal.
Oh, one of those. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, you're like, oh, hey, yay, and it's like, oh shit.
Nope.
Like, it literally is one of those, like, oh. But speaking of scary stuff, I kind of want to stay on the subject for just a hot second. Have you watched Dahmer yet?
No.
On Netflix?
Oh, is that the? I think I've heard about that. It's not the biodrama. It's like the recreation.
Yeah, Evan Peters plays Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's meant to be like a biopic style, but it's not, or whatever.
Yeah, like it shows him like getting caught in the very first episode, and kind of goes through a lot of his kills and everything like that.
Luckily,
they don't show any of the kills.
Right, the unknown part of I've heard about.
Yeah,
that.
Like it basically goes off of what he said. There's a few little bit of imagination things, but my god,
I've been lucky to stay up to date on House of the Dragon, and I did watch Andor, which we could talk about if you want.
We might get there because no, we could talk about it because I think you know where I'm going to live on this thing.
Pretty good idea. But anyway, I have not seen any Dahmer.
Oh my god, dude, you need to watch Dahmer. Like, just for Evan Peters alone. Evan Peters, if I know we're not talking wrestling, people, and I'm sorry that we're not talking wrestling, but I kind of want to just
we'll get there. We'll get there. There's timestamps if you want to skip ahead. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But Evan Peters, my god, if he doesn't win an Emmy for his portrayal of Jeffrey Dahmer, like, he is phenomenal. Like, he is chilling and scary and calm, which is just like that. It makes him even 10 times scarier. Like, his way he comes across is just so creepy and just like, you just get that vibe. Like, he's not a good person. Like, he delivered. Damn, Evan Peters. And I don't know, Heather, if you're watching, if you've happened to watch it, like, I'd love to get your 2 cents on that, because I know you and I are kind of the same line with that kind of stuff. Like, because of that, I'm literally, I just ordered My Friend Dahmer, the graphic novel.
Oh, okay.
Which I actually watched that movie, My Friend Dahmer, the one with Ross Lynch from Austin Alley from Disney. I watched that movie a few months back with my daughters, and we all loved it. Like, Megan was like, oh, what's this? I was like, it's My Friend Dahmer. And so her and I watched this movie, and Jessica happened to watch it too. And she's like, oh my God. Like, yeah, he's just a weird kid in high school. Like, it's about him in high school.
Right.
Up until the point he started killing
he grew up in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, he grew up in Ohio.
Who am I thinking of? That's from Milwaukee.
No, he went to Milwaukee. That's where he did most
That's
of his killing.
where it was.
His first kill was in Ohio, which they talk about in the Dahmer Netflix show, but the movie was about him in high school up until the point he picks up the guy he kills.
I gotcha. You want a funny little Dahmerism?
What?
I was probably in the same building with him many a time over. I was born in Milwaukee, grew up and moved away from there when I was 6. When Jeffrey Dahmer lived in Milwaukee, he worked at a place called Ambrosia Chocolates. It was right now.
We talked about that place.
We have talked about that place. It's fantastic. Yeah. Did you ever know that he worked there?
No.
I found that out that he did through an acquaintance that we both have. I'll tell you later off stream. But yeah, so he worked in the warehouse at Ambrosia Chocolates, which is a fantastic place. It's where it's gone now. The company was sold in there. They have like a little outlet in somewhere in the, like La Crosse or whatever. I don't know, but it used to be right downtown. Right, if you look at Milwaukee now, where the Bucks Arena is there was this bunch of old warehouses, and one of them was Ambrosia Chocolates, and that's where he worked. And my mom would take me and my sister there all the time. We'd go get chocolates and stuff, and I would probably walk past him once or twice, honest to God.
That's chilling.
Yeah. When I found out he worked there, we went there all the time. That's crazy. So
yeah, that's like,
I'll put you
That's
in
almost on the
perspective.
same level of somebody saying that like they had John Wayne Gacy like fix up their pharmacy.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I have nothing to verify that he might have worked the night shift. I never, but
yeah,
the possibility. I mean, I was in the same building that he did get employed by. So
that's insane. That's insane.
That's
but then let's just hop off of horror for just a second. I mean, the new Hellraiser's coming out. I'm super excited about that. We'll talk about that later. I really want to watch it before I even talk about it because I am looking forward to it because it is a lot better. It's more to the book. I
was going to ask you for what you told me. I watched the trailer for what it's worth. But, for what you told me, it feels like it's more authentic to the actual source material.
Yeah, I mean, Clive Barker's put his stamp of approval on it, which is a big thing for me. He's obviously he's done that before for cash grabs, but like the Books of Blood that Hulu did were short stories based off of the Books of Blood. And the Hell Priest is genderless and stuff like that. So I really am enjoying that piece of it. I don't necessarily know if I like how the Cenobites look yet. The pictures
you only got like little snippets of it, so it's
but then somebody like brightened it up and then they just look kind of weird. I don't know if I'm digging that or not. We'll see. But so far I'm really enjoying the new Hell Priest. That just priestess, whatever. They look absolutely amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. But let's get away from that. Did you see what got announced yesterday morning by one Ryan Reynolds?
I did. It was okay. So
coming Hewn.
Well, Hewn-ish. Let's put it that way. So 2024. And he did this at the end of Deadpool 1. He gives like a big drop, but what to expect because they're now going to be part of the MCU, and there's lots of speculation with that. How they're going to tie in? Is he going to be tied? Multiverse of does we incorporate? Everybody's wondering about mutants. Fantastic Four is coming soon. Namor Feige has said Namor is officially a mutant, right? I also side note, I also like how they're making Namor Aztec in this and playing off that part. That is kind of a tangent they had instead of just kind of budget Aquaman, right?
Yeah.
So I am super pumped for that. But what are they going to do with Deadpool? How are they going to do it? And he gave this great video, teased about it, and it's like, we got nothing. I got no ideas. We got nothing. Well, I had one idea. And then you see a guy walking in the background who I didn't really pick it up at first who that was until he started, but he goes, "Hey, Hugh, you want to do Wolverine one more time?" He goes, "Yeah, sure, Ryan."
We get Wolverine, baby.
I really want to hear.
And those two, Deadpool and Wolverine, just because of Ryan Reynolds is going after he always goes after Wolverine in all of his movies in some way, shape, or form.
It's going to be so. I really want to get JDX's take on that next time. Unfortunately, we're not going to see JDX this month at Journey Pro, but I definitely want to get Jay. Justin, if you're listening, give us a holler. We want to know what your take is on Wolverine coming back one last time with Deadpool.
Hey, and there's a legit shot, Justin. I could be up in your neck of the woods Sunday. Because tickets, I heard, might be cheap if Tampa and the Chiefs move up there.
I mean, that's not a terrible drive. That's just straight up 35, dude.
Yep.
Look at Jamie over here hoping for just some mild flooding localized to the stadium area. Hopefully everybody residential is going to be, but the stadium could be fucked. Yeah.
I don't want anybody to die or get hurt or anything, but I just want Raymond James Stadium to be really just.
He wants to see Mahomes and Brady, so.
Yeah, that's a thing.
So, all right, before we get back to, I promise you guys, we're going to talk about AEW a little bit last night. Like I said, it was kind of an abridged show because of the availability of some, but
because of Iron, yeah,
we're going to get to it. But give me your take then on. I already know the answer to this, but you did watch Andor. It sounds like
I watched the first 3 episodes of Andor.
Okay, which is the only ones who've been. If you don't know, first of all, I don't love how they do it. Either half-ass one thing or whole-ass. Put 3 out and then you're moving to 1 a week. That pisses me off just a little bit. I'm just saying, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Put the whole thing out or just do an episode a week. I digress. Yeah. What were your take on it? I know the answer, but tell the people.
slow.
It was all 3 episodes could have been a single. Felt like one episode when you watched them back to back to back. Right? It's a pretty good episode. I felt together.
Holistically, yeah, but it took forever to get there.
And I read an interesting thing about Andor. So, and I know that it's the background prequel story to a background prequel story that you didn't need to have. I know that.
Correct.
But
I could do a series. So here's the thing. I could do a series about it. That's cool. But I don't need a feature-length film that people keep shoving down my throat as the greatest Star Wars movie of all time, because it's not even in the realm.
And I love Rogue One to death, and I'll defend it against anybody. It's not the best ever. Sorry, nothing beats Empire. It's not possible. Fight me on that. The story was, from what I read, like the director, producer, somebody in charge of the thing, one of the people said that their intention was to shoot it and produce it not like a Star Wars piece. They wanted it to be that kind of almost like a Mandalorian style thing about it. You know, this is a character-based piece, you know, maybe not full spaghetti Western like Mandalorian is, but kind of to be that focused on, because it feels more like a cyberpunk Western. It almost felt more Blade Runner-ish at times, you know? Maybe it's just the environment of where they were specifically, but it had that Blade Runner, but also kind of the Western, you know, some of the outskirts, you know, I don't know, but I definitely did get the overarching feel of Star Wars. Now, we haven't really seen like the Empire yet too much or any of that.
They just hinted at them. That's about it.
You can always give us your thoughts. You know, let us know who's excited for spooky season. Jamie has dropped more hints if you haven't picked them up. There's been subtle hints that have been thrown out of us. But yeah, pick those down below. Let us know some of your favorite movies too as well. We're going to do this for the rest of spooky season. And JJ's got to come up with something that every week that's not Train to Busan. I'm not doing Train to Busan because that's too obvious.
That's a layup for you. Just like I'm not going to do Hellraiser because that's a layup for me.
And for those of you who have not, go watch Train to Busan. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. I'm just putting it up there. You know, it is that good. It's a zombie movie, South Korean. Oh,
it's amazing.
It's good.
Like it's amazing, and they're doing an Americanized version of it, which is probably gonna suck.
It's gonna be bad.
They'll overproduce it. I can't wait to bash it. Speaking of bashing,
yeah. Do you want to bash Dynamite a little bit from last night? Because I feel bad doing it, but I wasn't. This show didn't do a lot for me last night.
There was just a couple things that highlighted for me. One, I got a goddamn lion tamer for a W.
You finally got your lion tamer for a W, which technically you got before. He beat you to buy a lion tamer, but he didn't get to actually tap out. He passed out.
Yeah, I got the tap. Obviously, I'll stop yelling lion tamer as soon as I get one for a win inside of a ring that I am visually at. I'll quit yelling it. It is the promise of all promises. Pinky promise. You never break the pinky promise. I'm not moving the goalposts on that one. Those are the goalposts. But anyway.
Just don't.
My thing is this.
Yep.
Bandito is amazing.
So good. Underrated by us American audiences too.
Yeah.
So good.
I wanted to start with a positive because I got one negative, but overall the show is fine. But Bandito, like his moveset is great. It looks like he busted his nose up pretty good, and it gave him even more because he had the all white mask and the blood was coming through. It was just, I don't know. Like Bandito is special. And somebody posted on Twitter, they go, "Hear me out." They had Bandito and Takeshka. Like showed them too, because Takeshi's coming back to the United States. I don't know if anybody saw he's coming back in October.
I did. Yep.
Give me that match.
Yes, give me that match a lot and make it.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Takeshka just needs to be signed by AEW and just be here in the States full time. He's a bun to see freaking.
He's like half-ass signed. He's kind of signed by AEW.
Yeah, like he's so over it hurts. Yeah, he still goes back home. Which, hey, you know, more power to him.
Well, I think that's part of what his contract was. Is that it was very. It's not like this. It's not the regular like lock him in like telling Bryan Danielson he can't do certain indie shows because they need him for other commitments. You know, he has much more freedom, but he's not as locked down. But he definitely is signed by AEW. And if Tony Khan is smart businessman, which we know he is, he's going to throw a lot of money at Takeshita as soon as he can because that guy has got a future. I love not just that. I mean, I love to see like you could put Bandito's young enough, even though he's been around for a little bit. You could put him in that circle going up against a bunch of people. That would just be stellar, you know?
Yeah.
I like to see him and MJF have a spell at it, right? Him and Sammy would put on a stupid-ass match that I would get a hard-on for, right? I think that there's a lot of good that he can do there. And
him and Jack Perry.
Ooh,
Jungle Boy Jack Perry. No,
I mean,
because he's officially Jack Perry.
And
Good for him.
It's going to happen eventually. I mean, hey,
yeah, he's your girl.
JR keeps saying it, whether by mistake or not, it's going to stick. So, hey, congratulations. Your name's out there, kid. And they're definitely playing up the whole Ring of Honor is going to be a thing in some fashion. We know this. You talked about this. You're not surprised by Jericho because of that last week. You talked about that.
Mm-hmm. I'm still within. I got 2 weeks before the 15th of October. I'm expecting them to announce something.
Can he get that stamp? Is Mark Stradamus coming back? Is he officially here? We will see. You know, and I don't mind a lot of that. I think a lot of what they did with Jericho, they opened with Jericho, they ended with Jericho, right? You know, it was really, I think, a lot of that built into that, like you're talking about. And he's talking about how he's going to lay waste to that. And he, like, did a low blow and Judas Effect to the ring announcer, the RH ring announcer guy. And, you know, it's like, I think that's good. I think that that's a perfect way to have it culminate back on, you know, either the next big ROH, next, you know, Supercard of Honor, or when you get that TV deal, however you announce it, HBO, or if it's like a streaming or whatever it is, right? You know, eventually you have, because he says he's going to go through, he said, if you caught, he's going to go through every past ROH champion, which is technically impossible, but as many as are possible, you can. There's one that I think would be the ultimate kind of backhand swerve, and Jonathan Gresham. Jonathan Gresham's the end game with that, I feel.
You think so? Because he walked out not happy, even though he's still under contract and he hasn't been released.
Still under contract, not been released. He was not happy. I think that this is a way to not only make him happy, but this might have been a greater game that got put into foot, maybe because Tony realized he fucked up with Jonathan Gresham. Let's be real.
So you think he's going to give him the Jericho rub?
I don't think so, but I think he's being put up to be that guy to eventually get the Jericho rub down the line, down the road.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He gets screwed out of it on the big like reveal, right? But he make him the super baby face, right? That's what you do with him.
Doesn't have a personality.
You could put him in a stable or you put him with somebody that has a. You can fix that. It's okay.
Stokely Hathaway. Let's make this happen.
Goldberg did have a personality, and he was like
that was a different time.
It was a different era. I know, but anyway,
he wasn't the hero we wanted. He was the hero we deserved.
Maybe I'm just wanting. I'm projecting. I know that I want Gresham to be things to be made right, but anyway.
I would love that too. I mean, you got Adam Cole when he comes back as a former ROH champion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got a few of them out there. Joe is out there, obviously.
I mean, Roosh, we don't know what they're doing with that because there's rumors Andrade might be going back to WWE whenever he can.
Okay, so let's just talk about these fucking rumors for a second.
I want to stay away from this, but we have to address it, yes.
Okay, I'm done with these goddamn rumors. Malachi Black's leaving. Malachi Black's leaving. And next thing you know, he had a Facebook Live the other night saying, shut the fuck up. Let me just fix myself. I'm coming back to AEW. I'm like, he didn't have to say that. Like, that's the point. Some of these dirt sheets wrestle talk, like, they are just going apeshit. I know I shouldn't name drop, and we'll probably get in trouble for it. I don't even care at this point.
We're not that big.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but the thing is, like, why are you spreading bullshit? You know, like, it just kills me. Like,
CPM and ad revenue.
Clickbait, baby. Like, all right, you know, like, we'll start doing it then. Like, let's just hop on the bandwagon.
Okay.
You know, Jamie has a picture of MJF's penis, and it's a picture of his finger holding the pinky with the thing. Like, oh, gotcha. You know, like, Jesus, guys. Like,
I mean,
come on,
I didn't even want to
like,
talk about Malachi Black. Last week it came up. I didn't even want to approach it because he came out very forthright. He said it was an indie show, was taped, you know, and he said, this is what's going on, this is what I'm doing. And I'm like, I respect him as a man because he's very open and honest and direct, and he always has been. You know, if you've ever followed him, like when he got released from in WWE, he streamed on Zelina's or Thea Trinidad's Twitch, right? And he was very open and honest about everything from his beliefs, his upbringing, his training, his diet, his love for his wife and cats. And to the whole thing and everything about wrestling. So, you know, it's like, I don't know. And I think people are just so, the thought that, and there was some tampering that would go on. We don't know who it was. We don't know what happened. It might have
Adam Cole, but I'm not believing it anymore. They're thinking Adam Cole and Joe for sure is what they're thinking. But at this point, it
doesn't matter. It's kind of a moot point, you know, because no matter what it was, if there was some kind of tampering or some stuff, it might have been done like, you know, it might have just been, oh, sorry, my bad things, and they clean it up right away, right? You might have not been that big of a deal, but I think everybody wants there to be that drama. I think people are dying to have that. And the fact that the reality probably is that WWE is a business and they're running the way that they are for their fans and to make the product that they want to put out under Hunter's direction. And AEW is doing what they want, and they're a business and they're trying to do what they can for their fans and get a good deal with HBO and make the best product they can under Tony Khan's direction. That alone is like, why aren't they fucking with each other? It's like, this isn't the Monday Night Wars. This isn't, you know, yeah, there's shots thrown a little bit here and there, but that's just gamesmanship, you know? It's, who cares, right? I think that people want there to be ultra mega drama because they just want the drama. And I can't think of any other reason why, you know? Other people in AEW that will probably go back to WWE. Absolutely. I think Andrade wants to be by his wife. Why wouldn't he? Right?
Yeah. Why wouldn't he want to be with his wife?
I mean, she's top.
Any man, I mean, not any man, most men, especially newlyweds, want to be around their wife, you know?
Right.
Hell, I've been married for 22 years and I want to be with my wife all the time. But there's some people who don't, but whatever. But like most of these guys, Buddy Matthews is dating Rhea Ripley. I assume he wants to be around here.
One day he might, you know, or they might be very happy separate. I remember when Adam Cole talked about this. He's happy they are together. It's good, but he said before that they had no problem. They actually kind of liked it when she was in AEW and he was in NXT because they got a little bit of, you know, time apart, and, you know, they got a little different work view and they didn't have to lean on each other at work, right? This is work. This is a job, people. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I think that's probably it, though. That's my guess. People just want to have drama, so they make up drama. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tell you what was not made up. I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I do want to go into this. So the rest of the card was fine. Most of the matches were fine, right? Nothing spectacular. You know, there was a local talent thrown out there for Ricky Starks, but, you know, that was like didn't even say his name. It didn't even matter. It's like, and just start the bell. Fuck it. You know?
Yeah.
I had hope going into the night because it was announced that we're going to have this match, we're going to have that match. We got an MJF thing that we're doing. I actually kind of liked the MJF and Wheeler stuff they did. It was cool.
It was fun, yeah.
You know, it was good. It was good. It makes sense. It follows. It's basically watch our last episode, it's the same thing, part 2. But they came in and said they're going to have this women's title match with Serena Deeb, and I'm like, okay, that's good. It's still Toni Storm getting the match on TV every week, but okay, that's cool. And then separately, they're going to have a Saraya thing. Saraya. They're gonna have a Saraya segment. I'm like, well, at least that's 2 things, right? It's not 2 matches. Do 2 matches, Tony, but it's 2 things. And it wasn't. And it's interesting because what was said and what was portrayed were 2 separate things. So she came out there, everybody's big popping for her. She came over here and she said some good stuff, which we'll see how it transpires, right? I do believe her and Madison Rayne that, they've got the experience and everything that they can lead and do stuff. So I'm not going to discredit that. She talked a lot about this, how she came over here and she had this and that and wanted to create a change in this division is what she was looking for. I'm like, okay. And they immediately kind of pull out everybody who was able to make it to the show, right? More or less. The good people come out and all the heels come out, and then eventually get into the match, which is now a Lumberjill match, and it just felt so rushed together, and to the point that in the middle of all that, Jamie Hayter got during Britt's promo, the chant going on. When the Lumberjills eventually broke down, Jamie Hayter and Willow Nightingale went after each other, and that was the loudest pop for any woman of the night. And they're giving us that match on Rampage this week, yes. But I feel like that's the tone that's being missed. It's like you have these chess pieces there, but you're burying them behind, you've got your rook out in front here, and you've got, you got 2 knights and a horsey, the bishop thing. I don't know chess. Fuck it. That's a bad analogy, JJ. You're burying things behind what it needs to be. And what were your thoughts about that whole thing?
So, okay. My issue is what Saraya said.
All right, go into it.
She said that she's the revolution. She's going to create change in this division. And we talked about this. I do believe she's going to legitimize this women's division. I totally believe that.
Yeah.
But she didn't have to say it. You know what I mean? Because the women that have been there busting their ass, working really hard, she legit just shit on them. How do you think Thunder Rosa probably took that promo? Thinking about it like that.
Probably not good. Knowing Thunder Rosa especially.
I mean, Sheeta might be a little bit different, but I feel like she'd be a little perturbed. She is the revolution, and she's going to change the women's division, all this stuff. And it's like, I get that. You could have said, I'm ushering a new era. With me, we are going to do this new level. She could have done it a little bit more instead of make it me. Like it's about us. And then she's like, come out, girls. Like, then she's like, oh, come out. Like, but it was definitely like, I'm Saraya. This is my house now, which now we have 2 people who have an AEW whose house it is, by the way. So I get a little confused. Whose house? Saraya's house? Wait, I don't even know at this point.
That's why we got a lawyer on the roster. Sterling can figure this out.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like, Tony has gotten back to listening to the crowd again because he wasn't there for a hot minute, basically because CM Punk was there and he had to feed CM Punk's ego.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I feel like he's starting to understand, especially with the women's division. Like Jamie Hayter's been getting a lot more TV time and things like that because she is getting the pop and people want to see her and she is getting over. Same with Willow Nightingale. People love themselves from Willow Nightingale, self-included. It's just one of those things like that's a great match to have on Dynamite in addition to a Toni Storm match. Because I know you're going to keep pumping Toni Storm out there, which is fine. I get why you're doing that.
It makes sense.
Okay to have a second women's match, especially with women that are over right now.
And especially last night, considering what you didn't have available to you there. You could have easily put them out there for a match, and you could have done a different match on on Rampage. You know, you had Sky Blue who's been getting matches on Rampage recently, right? You know, you've got her there. She could have a match on Rampage. Where's Nyla Rose? Was she able to make it? I don't know. She wasn't there, you know, but I just feel like I said, the pieces are all there, but I get what you're saying. I don't know. I still don't know what Soraya's doing either, too. You know, and it's way too soon to have that answer. But she was on commentary. She made talk like she's a wrestler, but we all know her history.
She is wrestling.
Is she for legit?
So
okay.
So Fightful, who I believe.
I believe
I'm gonna put that out there.
Of all Fightful, the dirt, we show dirt sheets, but Fightful is very respected journalism. I will say that.
They said the contract, the way it's built, is she will do some wrestling in some capacity.
So it's kind of like Madison Rain's deal, more or less,
but probably for a lot more money.
I know it's for more money. Okay, I didn't want to get into bank accounts, but yes,
and it's like 3 to 5 years, something like that. So this is what somebody was reporting.
Okay, well.
Which again, I don't care about the years. I don't care about that. But the reports, and she's even said, like, you know, don't believe the dirt sheets, all that stuff about her not being able to wrestle. She will wrestle. I guarantee it, but they'll protect the hell out of her, you know, like we talked about last week. But yeah. I felt like that promo hurt the women's division.
Oh, I do too. I think the whole segment did. There was nothing wrong with the match, but it was so overshadowed just by noise and other stuff going on and it is a match that, let's be fair, we see Toni Storm every single week, and she's been against Serena Deeb now 2 weeks in a row. It was in a tag match last week, and now it's in a singles match, and you've got Athena sitting right there. You got Penelope Ford sitting right there. You know, you've got Jamie Hayter and Will Nightingale literally going at each other. You know, Sky Blue's there. You've got pieces. You've got other pieces on this board.
Yeah.
Just use them a little, right? Yes, you swung and missed when you tried to make Marina Shafir a star by herself way too fucking early, right? You did.
Yeah, it's okay. She had no reaction from the crowd.
It's okay. It happens. She's actually doing a lot better now with the whole, like, her and Nyla Rose thing. You know, so you learn from your mistakes, you move on, just like you did with her character. Put some woman out there. Like, it doesn't have to be Chicago for Sky Blue to get a match on Dynamite, does it?
I don't think so. I think she's an amazing wrestler. Like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, they have such good talent now. Like, at the beginning, it was a little rough. It was a little rough in the beginning, and we bitched about it really hard.
We really did, yes.
And it's leaps and bounds better. Start using it and start showcasing it. Like, that's the thing. Like, you can't have if you have 5 to 6 matches on Dynamite every week, 2 of them can be women's.
I just want to, like, take that coin and turn it around. Let's look at what Impact Wrestling is doing. Okay, last week you had a Friday night show. It was Victory Road, I think is what it was. One of those, like, little cheapo $10 pay-per-view tape things, whatever it was. But you've got going into Bound for Glory, which is coming up on the 7th. The women's title match is Jordynne Grace defending against Masha Slamovich, which we mentioned a few weeks ago. We are all for this match. Yes, please. Levels. So they're doing a pick your poison ahead of time. So it was Masha's poison to be picked for Jordynne at Victory Road. And what did she choose? She chose Jordynne Grace versus Max the Impaler, right? And how do they follow it up? Well, tonight on Impact, they're following it up with Jordynne's Pick Your Poison, a Monsters Ball match between Masha Slamovich and Allie Katch.
Yes.
And that's only one match. There will be at least one more women's match, if not 2. Like, I don't, it's not hard. You can watch it. And yes, I know Impact, size-wise, ratings-wise, I get that. Okay, I understand the argument. I hear people when you say that. I ask in return, have you watched? Because it is good wrestling. Yeah, there's some campiness here and there. I mean, fuck, Luigi Primo opened the show for Dynamite last night. There's campiness in wrestling. It's part and parcel with the genre. But yeah, as opposed to getting 2 matches, we got this and we got some talking and some bullshit, and then the next night on Impact, you've got Ali Catch and Masha Sanders trying to kill each other. It's not rocket surgery, right?
Hopefully with a few people out of Tony's ear and the few right people in Tony's ear, we can start getting more women's matches. And we've been bitching about this for months, and folks who've been with us forever, I apologize, but I'm not sorry. I'll just put it that way. Well, I think we'll throw like the biggest celebration of all time when we finally get 2 matches on Wednesday night.
Absolutely.
We'll be the first ones.
I think the moral story is that it can be done. It is being done, and the people are there to be done. Now, granted, I understand there's some other circumstances at times, right? You got people that are injured, people that are out. Ruby getting her nose fixed. Hey, Ruby, because of Ty Mello and whateverness, and so I mean, there's stuff that happens, but especially with like the show that was last night, that was your perfect opportunity to just put 2 matches on there just for shits and giggles, right?
Just do it.
There's really nothing else remarkable about this show that I'm even going to talk about.
Yeah, it was left me wanting for sure.
Well, I'm wanting for Friday to come because I am going to see some live wrestling. It feels like it's been a while.
It really has, and again, I'm sorry for the folks. I will be late. Little Miss Audrey is doing a little cheer thing before the football game. She's really excited. They're doing stunts, I guess, with it, and she gets to be on the person that gets stands up and does the thing, like everybody holds them up. So she's really excited about it.
What color is her cheer outfit?
Yellow. She'll be wearing it when she comes.
Okay,
because we're just coming straight from the game to the show.
You need to make a little print off thing. This is the Howlets, and safety pin that shit on her when you get to the ball field.
Well,
you need to.
Yeah.
If you don't, I will. I got printer right the fuck there.
All right, then do it. Then when she gets there, you can put it on her.
I guess you gotta fix my printer, so we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Anywho, tomorrow night, so that's what we got for tonight. Let us know what you think. It's like, I know we spent like half the show talking about not wrestling. Let us know what you guys think. We just like to mix it up a little bit. We gab and stuff a little bit here and there. It is spooky season. I like the change. I thought it was cool, Jamie.
Appreciate that, because of course I like it. I got all my horror stuff up here above my head, folks. You can't really see it, but I got all sorts of crazy shit up here. And maybe I could do a little show and tell and show some of my most prized possessions.
Let us know, guys, if you guys want to see that. Let us know. Give us any comments. Like I said, we'll take any feedback. Love it, hate it. Let us know. But we're going to try some different things here. So we will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. See what's going on wrestling-wise. As I said, coming up here October 7th is Bound for Glory. That will be our next picks that we're going to be doing between myself, Jamie, Megan, potentially Chris. Chris was out of the country last time we had some picks going on.
He doesn't really follow Impact, so we'll give him a pass.
Well, if you want to, Chris, the invite was there because you said you did want to get involved in this, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. It doesn't matter. I'm bringing that belt back home, but we have that coming up October 7th. And then, of course, there's a lot of build up coming in here in the fall. I feel like, it goes in waves. So the next couple of weeks here, we're going to get a little bit more wrestling going on, some different stuff. But like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, like we always say. But we do want to thank everybody for giving us some of your time today. Absolutely appreciate it. Once again, prayers to everybody. If you're down in Florida, if you know people down in Florida, prayers, thoughts. Hopefully everybody comes out all right. And who knows, maybe Jamie can go see a Chiefs game this weekend. We'll see. All right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Jamie, take us home.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not down with Total Spotfest, I got 4 words for you. Rest in peace, Coolio.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Peace.